Hey, it's me. So you're probably wondering why my Barsboldia is standing here bone broken. Well, you can thank the two Rexes right next to me who coordinated a really powerful ambush on me, leaving me bone broken and fighting for my life to make sure that I can't get pinned down. They also have a third Rex on the way, which is coming to make sure that I can't escape into the forest. So I have to prepare myself to counter all three of them. My first course of action is, instead of panicking, to get on my hind legs and kick the Rex away with knockback, giving me enough time to turn around and start dashing into the forest. One of the Rexes tries to follow, but I make sure to counter with a slam and knockback to keep him from getting the damage he needs to put me down. Second Rex finally catches up and gets a good solid bite on me. However, I knock him away for a bit and focus back on the first Rex. Knocking them both away, I turn around to get some distance. The Rexes do take quick donuts to try to sandwich me, biting me all the way. However, I manage to escape again. Right at this moment, the third Rex finally joins in and tries to pop his terrible roar. However, I've managed to get enough distance to where his ambush really doesn't mean that much. This Rex here makes a pretty bad mistake of trying to take me on alone, which I am perfectly prepared to counter with a daze. Second Rex comes and actually catches me lacking with a pretty bad misclick, making me time the wrong attack. However, I manage to get off a daze still and then attack him again, making up for my initial mistake. Now that there are two Rexes on me again, I put some distance, adding any dazes if anyone happens to get close. While I'm walking, I always make sure to stay in bipedal stance to get that extra stamina regen. With this extra stamina, I pop my armor recall, dashing away as well to make sure that I can handle any encounter in the future. Almost immediately, one of the Rexes tries to push, so I counter with a daze and a tail attack to knock him back down to his friend. By cornering them in this ravine, they've essentially got only one path up to me, which I take advantage by dazing the second Rex and knocking him back down as well. Normally this bone break would be terrible news for me, but the bone break immunity timer is still up, meaning that I actually can't take any fracture at all. And I quickly take advantage of this by dashing away even further. Also, quick note to here, I'm actually walking right now, it's just that replay's bugged to just keep me in the dashing animation. The Rexes are smart and keep one Rex on my toes to keep me from sitting down, while the other Rexes sit down for a little bit of extra stamina. However, I have a small answer to this. With my Die Hard hide, I get extra stamina regen and reduced ability cooldowns. Right now it's not very powerful, but once my health gets lower, it'll become very effective. For now, I'm playing very passively. My goal isn't to kill the Rex, it's just to escape them. I realistically can't be taking on 3 Rex and expecting to win, so my best bet is just to make sure that they can't follow me. However, this Rex makes the push, and I am still prepared to fight and defend myself. I land an explosive series of dazes and tail slaps to make sure that his ambush is as ineffective as possible. You can really see the effectiveness of Die Hard once my health gets lower. As you can see, my cooldowns got severely reduced, meaning that I can basically spam my tail attacks to keep the Rex away. Even though I'm at maybe less than 20% health, this Rex is losing health at a much faster rate than I am. So much so that by the time I'm done, he's basically at half. The Rex quickly realizes that he can't keep pushing, and so adopts a more passive crouch stance to wait for me to make a mistake. However, I refuse to play into this game, and so I keep moving forward to try to escape the rest of the group as they catch up. This is where terrain knowledge comes into really heavy play. I go down this very thin ravine that is also extremely steep. Now I personally have traveled this a lot, however, these Rexes have not, and I'm prepared to capitalize to see if they make a mistake. As the Rexes catch up to the ravine, they try to head down it together. However, they will quickly realize that this is a huge mistake. One of the Rexes catches the wrong side of the slope and ends up falling down halfway the entire cliff. This forces him to sit down and sleep to recover his fracture and get off some of his missing health. In the meantime, I continue to make distance, eventually breaking line of sight, which forces the other 2 Rexes to try to find me. However, despite their best efforts, I use my Die Hard ability to keep myself on the move. At this point, my stamina is increasing at an alarming rate, while the Rexes are stuck with their basic Apex Stam regen. The Rexes do try to take advantage of their surprise attack, using their quiet crouch to get some distance on me. However, even that little speed boost will not be enough to keep up with my bars. Just as the Rexes pass the rock, I've already started to ascend towards the freshwater pond, where I break line of sight for the final time, where I managed to escape the Rexes for the last time. At this point, they are still trying to follow, but there's no point. I've already got too much distance, my green skin's camouflaging me, and I can take my time and relax. And that is the end of the replay. The Rexes never found me after, and I went on my merry way, just trekking my solo apex. In the meantime, I've been Leoron. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a lovely day.